All right, so what I'm going to be doing is I want to show you another way that you can do that scale exercise. In a previous video, I did a scale exercise, right? So I want to show you a way that you can actually apply that and make that exercise musical, okay? Like put it in the context of actual playing, right? So let's say, let's go in the key of D flat, okay? All right, so now taking those same arpeggiated chords, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the 1 to 7 to 3 to the 6. Okay, so we want to land on that 6. Okay, so now somebody would right, which is cool, right? All right, so here is something that you can do with that scale. All right. So you can go like this. Okay. So let me do that again. So. All right, one more time. So, and so what I did right there was, I just outlined the 1 chord. Okay. I'm just starting from the 5 of the 5th degree of the chord. And then with my left hand, so with my left hand, I start with the 5th and then 1, 3, 5. Okay. So A flat, D flat, F, A flat. All right. And then in my right hand, I did the same chord. I just started at a different point of the chord. So I started with a third of the chord. So F, A flat, D flat, and F. Okay. So playing them together. All right. The same thing that we were doing in the other video, right? But I just changed the key. Okay. So we got to practice them in all our keys. All right. So I changed the key and I'm putting it in context. Okay. So, all right. So that's what I did. So that's the first chord. Second chord, I did the 7 chord. Now, I did a 7 chord, but it's not a true 7 chord because a 7 chord, if I'm in D flat major, C, right? The C would be the 7th degree of the scale, and the 7th chord would be a half diminish. So now a half diminish would be, right? But I'm not using that half diminish, so I'm not using the flatted 5th, would be that G flat. What I'm using is G natural, so it's just a regular C minor chord. Okay, C minor 7 chord. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm going, starting with the 1 chord. Now when I take it down, check it out. See? See, that's a C minor 7 chord. All right. But here again, it's all about the context that you put stuff in. Everybody plays the same chords. It's all about, where you put it and how you voice it. All right. C minor 7 is always going to be C minor 7. D flat is going to always be D flat major. Everything, everybody, we play the same chords. It's all about the context that we put it in that sets it apart. Okay. One of the things. All right. So here we go. So 1 chord, 7 chord, or C minor 7. Now, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this, the G and the B flat, and I'm just going to bring them down a half step. And I'm going to go to the F. And I'm going to put that E flat in, on the bottom with my pinky. Okay? So. Okay? And finish it with the 6. Or however you voice the 6, okay? So So now that leading into that 6, I'm just playing from the top to the bottom. F, C, A, E flat. And just going back to that B flat minor. Okay. So all right. So now a lot of times, when we're playing chords with motion, what I personally like to do is I kind of like to take out a lot of the notes when they're in motion. Okay, so so that's why I'll do a lot of 2-note things, right? Which this is, right? Or that's why those crawls, right? Right? It works better when there is, like maybe 3 notes. But what gives it sort of that, quick motion is playing 2 notes with your right hand, one of those notes with your left hand. Okay. So, but in this case, you're just doing that scale exercise. Like I said, we're just making it musical. So that's how we sort of put that and make that to be musical. All right.